Mythology 459. I go by Mythblade, Mythology or Myth. I stream very rarely, and I'm playing this week Orphan.
Who is?
Then Artificer Satyr.
Awesome. And Elia.
Elia the Mask on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. No spaces. And I play Aaron the Cleric.
And wow, my brain. Clem. Let's introduce you and your character.
Name's Tomato. I'm live on Twitch or anyone else. I'm basically a figment of Koji's imagination. And I play a changeling warrior.
You know, the more and more you just start doing with the ship, the more deeper I'm just gonna be numb to this. You realize it, right?
The more and more I do this shit, the more likely my character is to lose all its HP.
Try Samunda.
Considering the fact that you proceeded to knock me down to 14 HP from 2 of Gorge's attacks.
That was
You
not
think I forget?
That was not on. I rolled and everything. Okay, that was all chance. Anyway.
Keep telling yourself that.
How would you be so kind to be able to introduce yourself and your character?
Okay. Hi, hello. I'm Pyra I'm your fire spirit that's currently on the surface of Venus. Because it is so hot where I am. I swear my brain is cooking.
Not on Mercury.
It's actually hotter on Venus than Mercury. Because of all the gases, the way that they heat up, it's actually hotter on the surface of Venus than it is on Mercury.
I need to catch up on my fucking planets.
I'm Pyra your little fire flower. Australia is officially part of the sun. Now, I am. You can find me on Twitch and TikTok as Pyra _ VTuber, and on YouTube, Twitter, and Reddit under Pyra_Z. I play Jaxie Jerry Nominess. Because I couldn't get past the pun. And yeah, I am the party's somewhat cursed rogue. Oh, and I'm also Dragonborn. Of the element of fire.
Alright. So, and I be the DM of this lovely enchanting world of Atharis. Of course, me being Koji Katsumoto. And of course, on a little bit of a side note, as the party's little NPC known as Gorge. Gorget, how's it going? Last time, you all have been able to vanquish the foe that was Anatol's dream, as he became an amalgamation of a cloud of undeath. Each of you being able to actually dispose and dispatch of him, and made him soon realize, after, of course, taking care of his split personalities of sorts, been able to help him realize that he himself had indeed underwent a terrible thing of transforming into a vampire, or a vampire spawn, to be specific. And coming to terms with this, he soon awakens. He thanks you all, even though he was still kind of bound and gagged. Well, bound, anyway. And despite, of course, you all freaking him out before knocking him out.
Hey, that was not me.
Attacked him?
You guys literally bound him into the bed so therefore he
Yeah,
didn't
but you
move.
said bound and gagged. We gagged him?
No, I mean, I always said bound. I also corrected myself and said not necessarily gagged him. And it's just that usually those two go together.
Oh, the other one that was gagged was you, Clem.
Yeah.
No, I was forcefully washed against my will.
And pierced.
Anyway.
I was touched in places I didn't want to be.
Take it, itch.
So, anyway, as you all been able to, as he soon leaves.
Did you really have to do that, Clem?
Being able to try to get what he could be able to do, well, could be able to give you anyway, to the best of his ability. You are all now left by yourselves, with the third person left, known as Tristram.
And we went up a level.
And you all indeed went up another level. Which I don't know if I was able to level all of you up myself, or if you all were able to level up yourselves.
You helped me, I'm pretty sure.
Fire, did you need, are you all leveled up?
I don't know.
Square
I don't know.
I shall take a look.
That's a
And what-
beautiful health pool.
And I shall also ask, Aaron, are you also leveled up?
Yeah, it looks like it. At least from what I can see here, their site is being slow again.
Alright, let me double check. Yes, indeed, the Jaxie, you have been leveled up properly because we didn't go all over your expertise and whatnot. And Aaron, I believe you did yours yourself, didn't you?
Yep.
Yep. And of course, Isby, you do yours yourself as well.
Yes.
So, Zell soon reaches into their pocket to be able to make sure that all their lovely gems and all their gold and money really is all in line, but suddenly feels a strange, smooth, yet cylindrical object. And pulling it out is a crystal with a filigree M on it.
Pretty. But before we do this, can we split the gold?
I believe you guys already did.
We
Oh,
already
cool.
did.
Can I steal... Can I steal gorgeous gold?
You already did.
You already stole all his silver, and then he was given the gold afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it. I should have thought ahead. Okay,
Oh,
anyway.
like silver afterwards.
Was given to him as silver. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. What's the stone look like again?
You see a cylindrical object that's very incredibly smooth. That is indeed a crystal with a filigree end that's currently around the base of it.
Ah, okay. So it's a weird thingy bubble.
Pretty much. Do you
Well,
hold it
I'm
up
going-
for your party to see?
Yes. Most logical thing. Like my new shiny gem. I'm gonna name it Peach.
Headmaster.
Yeah, I'll hold it up for them and show them the shiny gem.
That was
Yes,
actually a little bit more louder.
Huh?
I believe. Pyre, you said something?
A Magnus stone. Nifty. By drawing an M on a wall, you can actually open a door to Magnus's menagerie. Useful. Very useful.
So with that information, there's Zell. What do you do?
I'm sorry, I did not hear Pyre at all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I think I just have you like low. Let me see. Pyre is at 100, so I'll turn it up to 120%.
Hello there, M the Dragon. How are you doing today? I said it was a Magnus stone. By drawing an M, you can open a way into Magnus's menagerie. Very useful item.
So it's a mage stone.
I suppose.
I guess you could look at it that way, yeah. It's a key.
It's a key?
Yep.
Yes, it allows you to get to his shop. A
Just-
while ago, like what, a week or two ago by now? I'm gonna look to Elia when I say this. When we saw him was like a week or two ago.
The last time we saw him was right before we arrived on this plane. So yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a week ago. While we were there, we managed to get some items from him.
That's where I got my daggers from.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where Gorge got his fancy axe from.
It's a very nice axe, isn't it? It's very big now.
Pyre,
I know you probably said daggers, but I heard it's where you got your dinosaur.
Sorry.
Koji, can we get a dinosaur?
Hello there, Pink.
Right above.
I'm good. Pink has joined the party. Maybe you should give Pink an introduction.
Yes.
Pink is currently on their cell phone because their computer is not set up.
Ah.
It's not a good thing, Pink.
Mm.
But
Do we want to use it? Question.
Magnus stone is a useful thing. You wouldn't want to waste it.
True. I need all the
Wasting
gold I can
the
get.
stones that he gave us is our whole purpose.
The little guy found a Magnus stone.
Clem, for some reason, had a magnet stone in my pocket. Never hopeful to use it, I guess.
Well, that depends on if you piss Magnus off. If you piss him off, you're likely to end up as a member of his menagerie.
He also collects people?
He does. And enslaves them against their will. But then I guess that's kind of what enslaving is, isn't it? Against the will. Kind of anyone that wants to be enslaved on purpose.
Usually people have become slaves completely willingly before. Usually it's just indentured servitude, though.
Oh.
Can pay off a debt? Fine, work it off.
That is true. Just don't cross Magnus and you'll be fine. Cross him and you're screwed. Only if you want to be a slave.
No, you see, you say don't cross him, but you never say don't backstab someone.
That's what I meant by cross.
No, because crossing is like, going against them. Well, backstabbing is when you worked with them for your goal, and then you kill them.
Well, I knew someone that backstabbed Magnus, and yeah, it didn't end well for them. They're still in eternal servitude. Even death won't give them an escape.
That's why you gotta be smart about it.
God, there is nowhere he can't reach.
If you want to die, go ahead and try and screw with him.
I'm a innocent person. I would never screw with anyone.
Okay, why does your coin pouch seem a little bit bigger than it was before?
I got lucky and found some coins on the floor.
Oh, that's pretty good.
2 coppers, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty nice, isn't it?
And Gorge, why does yours seem a little bit smaller than last time I saw it?
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks a little bit smaller.
Oh well. Well, at least it's able to be doable. It's very shiny though. I don't really know what to do with it.
Gorge, I think there's a hole in yours.
Is there?
I
He
don't
kind
know,
of looks at it. He picks up his pouch and begins to inspect it.
And I believe it was the hole there.
I would never.
You were like the only person here that would do that, to my knowledge. God damn it.
Oh,
Please.
My pouch was perfectly fine to me.
Damn.
I probably like dropped it somewhere. Maybe I'll open it sometime. I'll remember opening it. Oh well.
I love that. I love that little. Gorge, I would never lie to you. We both speak no. Would I ever lie to you? You know what they say? Only people who are trustworthy speak no.
Nobody says that.
This is a saying I haven't heard of before.
I mean,
Well,
usually
don't speak no.
those backstab each other most of the time in order to get into positions of leadership.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll imagine you weren't in my position. I'm not really a leader. So I think it checks out.
Exactly.
Well, Gorge, I think you're the leader of combat. You're the first one that runs in there.
I mean, isn't that
But
what
do
I'm
I
supposed to do?
really want that position, Gorge?
Oh, you seem to run away a lot.
Exactly. I'm the leader of the retreat.
You mean you're the leader of the little yellow belly?
The leader of the tactical disengagement.
I mean, basically, I'd like to see. I remember Magnus, he was pretty nice. So, it's up to you if you want to talk to him.
Well, I'm kind of curious if you can do something for me.
Mm.
I want a bow.
You have a bow.
Well, he's likely to be
But
able
it's
to.
not a bow. I
He,
have a long bow,
Yeah?
but it's not a bow.
That is a bow.
By the way, the longbow is like almost the size of fucking Zo.
Are you wanting a short bow?
No.
I'm trying to get one that's your size. That would be a short bow.
He would definitely give you a deal you won't. A better deal than you'll be able to get from anyone else, but you'll fucking regret it if you go back on the deal. That's all I'm saying.
I would never.
I know what you're talking about. I really like my screwdriver.
And I really like my knives.
They have composition in those in this? What?
I really, really love my axe.
I bet you do. Your axe is very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we gonna talk to Magnus today or not?
Sure, if we can, yeah.
Okay, cool. You have to break your crystal, or use it, however the hell it works.
Draw an M on the wall.
Yep.
Draw a name on the wall.
Okay, cool. You got this.
Does it matter what language I draw it in?
You literally just write an M.
Right, whatever your version of an M is.
Okay, I'm gonna write it Oikish M.
Okay.
There's a pollen and I feel disturbed by it.
It's to trick them, you know? To make orcs think there's other orcs here.
I hope she's sleeping at night.
As a archway begins to build around onto the wall inside of the room itself, you begin to hear a very melodic sound. A piano and organ just beginning to play a very soft and joyous tune. As the orcish M soon transforms and warps itself into a regular cursive M. And the door opens to you. And within it, a bright light shining all around, of course, in this front display case of a desk. And of course, an upstairs balcony with very intricate guardrails, bookshelves that you can see almost for miles to your left, and all sorts of suits of armor and weaponry to your right. And within the display case, you can witness all manner of necklaces and rings and all sorts of baubles. And behind such display case is indeed a man in a purple robe with golden filigree. His features quite pointed. His eyes are very deep set blue. And his ears quite pointed with long, blonde, cascading hair. As it looks towards you, all of you, welcome to Magnus's Magnificent Menageries! And it's been quite some time.
Hasn't it only been like a week, Magnus?
Has it been a week for you?
I think.
How long's it been here?
I fear it's been actually quite some time.
Like what?
About 2.5 weeks.
That sounds a lot more. That sounds a lot more.
Indeed. But, either which case, I am very happy to be able to see that most of you are doing your best to hold your side of the bargain. And who is this nice, fine little fellow? As he looks down towards you, there's
what does this man look like?
He has purple and golden filigree robes, a very royal purple, with a hood. His very sharp pointed type of chin, very, of course, elvish in features. We'll just go with the high elf Long, pointy ears, very blonde hair, bright blue eyes.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah. And as he kind of opens his hand, you see jewels in each finger.
So rich motherfuckers, Wanzi.
White.
He does have a menagerie.
Zoe's gonna extend a very, very big handshake. You know, like the Jackie Rabbit handshake type thing where it's all going up and down all the time. Super fun. Name's Zoe.
Pleasure to be able to meet you. You're very eccentric you are. Oh, I think I'm going to like you.
Oh dear.
I guarantee
I
you will.
already like you, Mr. Goldie.
Ah, Mrs. Golden, now that's a new one. But you can call me Magnus if you can be able to muster it.
Isn't Magnus a name for mages, though?
Indeed, they are.
So are you like leader of the mages or something? That name? Or is there a code name?
That sounds.
What was that there, Rosa?
Right, but no, he's just a happy masked salesman.
A happy mass salesman definitely does work, but I suppose if you want to go with leader of the mages, just to be able to suit your fancy, that would be fine. After all, this is my own plane of existence.
I don't understand magic mumbo jumbo, but good for you.
Well, here's something that you will be able to understand, considering I know almost exactly what you are. Imagine how you go from one place to the other, but still remain in one spot.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, so it's a ethereal plane.
not quite ethereal, but
Or
yes.
in the realm between realms.
There we are.
Too complicated.
It is all fine, young master. However, what would you all be looking for today, or would you desire to be able to come and rest?
I don't know. I do the M because I was told to.
Oh, well then, would you like for me to be able to actually introduce you to some of my wares?
Yes.
How very noble and very honorable of you. I very much appreciate your company, for I always enjoy a good customer. Please come with me.
Always
No.
enjoy a good customer. That's a good way of putting it there, Magnus.
Indeed it is, though, Jackson. As, of course, walking by with a cart filled with all sorts of different types of books, a zombie just strolls on by. Ah, yes. Make sure that they go from alphabetical order. And do not mess up this time. You know what happened the last. And the zombie just kind of carts it away.
What do you even do to punish a zombie? I mean, don't they have most of their pain receptors already gone?
Very interesting question. You see, the zombies that you currently see all still kind of have most of their memories, as well as their cognitive thought. At least the ones that I make.
He keeps them that way so that they do a better job. Would you say I'm wrong?
So, dearest, what is your name again?
Zell.
Zell, dear Zell, what is it that strikes your fancy?
Traps, weapons, armors, rats.
The opposite of a shower.
Traps and rats and armor and weapons.
I think what he really wants the most, though, is unlimited ammo and a license to kill.
And trick anyone.
Well, I'm fresh out of license to kill, but the unlimited ammo isn't quite unlimited, no. That's an
If you
issue.
wanted a repeating shot, I can grant you that.
Or just, you know, I'm pretty sure that we found stuff for, no, that was the other game. Something about rune slots and, you know, you put one in a ranged weapon and it can make its own ammo.
Indeed. And there's indeed a runesmith that I know very well that actually knows how to enchant a very particular parts of weaponry and armor. He's more of a specialty with weaponry, though. However, I would be very cautious upon treading where he is, at least whenever I transport to him.
Does he not like you?
Oh, no. The land where he's from saps all sorts of magical energy from you.
Oh my.
All living beings are under some sort of horrible thing.
Okay.
But
Sounds like they're sat on top of an anti-magic field.
almost, exactly. But, I mean, it's not quite as straightforward as that. Because the magic doesn't dissipate. It actually seeps into the ground where you stand. You almost can feel it draining from your body. It's quite horrible. If you are not any sort of, actually innate magical creature, you could quite possibly die. Or at least, in a sense, more like a husk. But I digress. If you wish to be able to meet him, that's perfectly fine. He does have a particular way of payment, though.
What?
Souls.
No. He actually prefers diamonds.
It's expensive, Jesus.
Your friend
Indeed.
is a dwarf.
Oh, he is no dwarf. He is a different creature. He begins to put his hand to his chin. In the common tongue, most would actually note him as an ancient elf.
So he's a really old elf. Okay.
In a way, but then where he's from, they aren't necessarily called elves. They're called something completely different. And
Right.
their way of living is way different.
Huh.
In fact, their monsters are actually very much more terrifying than ours, which is weird.
Now I want to meet your friend just so I can see these monsters.
Wait. You find something weird? You, of all people.
Indeed.
Oh.
There are still things in this universe I do indeed draw a mystery. And this Jaxie. But as for you, if there's a particular bow that you wish, there are a couple of certain, well, items. But if you wish for a piece of armor, I do have plenty that would be able to be useful. Especially some braces that I think that would be able to be just perfect for you.
Braces.
Indeed. Of course, granted, the person who created these braces aren't necessarily a creative type, considering what they call them the braces of archery.
sounds like my type of place. 70% fucking archery anyways. Why not? What do they exactly do?
These braces of archery. Just a moment. I have to putting up the ledger. Let's see here. Braces. Ah! The braces of archery. These are capable of giving you a little bit more oomph to your ranged attacks. Actually a bit more, whether it be a longbow or a short bow. As long as you're able to wear these braces, and of course attune to them.
Okay. And what do you want from money, right? Or am I off?
I mean, of course I would love to have coin for it. I do not think I've actually ever met you, so I think I could be able to come up with a deal for you.
What type of deal?
Those are actually pretty good, but be warned, he might have you try and steal from a vampire.
Oh, I do that on the daily anyways.
No.
Or have you collect something horrible head that could kill you in a moment's chance, slightest misstep.
Ooh, that's always fun.
But then you owe him if you miss it. Death isn't an escape from the deal.
Sounds even more fun.
What did you just call me, dear?
Nothing. I just said that wouldn't be an escape from the deal. That's all.
Ah, I thought that you were called me something. My bad, I must be mishearing things.
Have you been trapped since last time you were here?
Indeed. I've been trapped for quite some time, for several types of occasions. It is most unfortunate.
Solitude can be draining.
You are speaking with a being who has been in solitude for quite some time. After all, I cannot even step out of this place.
Sounds like
Is that the
suffering.
plane of existence?
Hmm?
Never being able to leave said plane, is that the price you pay for having your own plane of existence?
I believe that it would probably not be very cool, very sultry to be able to go ahead and speak of such illness. After all, it would be very unsavory, at least to my tongue and to yours. But anywho, you know the pricing for this, what I usually pull for. I'm currently looking for.
I'll be back there in a little bit.
Not a problem. Usually, this particular item is worth about 2,000 gold.
I wish I had that much. I could retire.
But for you, it would be 580 gold, or a favor of mine.
What's the favor?
You see, the particular adventure that you are currently with these lovely lot is going to be able to procure some very intriguing things. I need you to try to capture a piece of a nature goddess.
Capture a piece of a nature goddess?
Indeed.
Well, that's not
Do you have
smart.
any idea where I could find a nature goddess?
Well, that is actually not
Considering
mine.
it's a god?
A dead one. But that
That's
is a,
going to change the fact that it's a god.
well, you see, that is actually not up to me. It is actually up to you to be able to find out how to be able to do so. But I will always keep tabs on you.
So you're telling me to track and hunt down a nature god?
A dead
Now,
one.
here's just a very, very important question here.
Hmm.
How long would I have to, for say, track down said nature god? And if I do, how strong is said nature god?
You see, there are several nature gods. Well, at least, considering that this land has been devoid of all real gods anyway. That's the reason why I emphasize that they are dead.
Yeah, thank you for that warning.
Hmm.
Should have let us know when you recruited us that we could end up dead. And then we could see our families, or even let them know that we're in one piece.
I could be able to scrounge up something that could be able to help you contact them if you wish.
You could?
As a very wide grin comes across his face. Indeed, I could. It'd be a special type of stone. You won't be able to necessarily utilize it every day. Possibly at least once every 3 days.
And what would this cost me? Because the last I saw, my parents were being tortured by a dragon corpse.
Most intriguing. What I desire from you, Jexi, is your heart.
I'm sorry.
What?
Now, I'm not going to ask her to be able to rip it out for me, no.
Would a kidney be fine? I can live without one of those.
No.
Wait, what does she want from her?
She has two. She can live without one.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
I don't want her to have
She
the
can live
advantage
without
on
one
literally
lung
everything.
as well.
As I stated before, I'm not going to collect her heart straight from her chest, no. That'd be too
She
barbaric.
wants to romance you.
No.
Nothing about pedestrian. So you're willing to trade me to be able to find out if my family, my troop, is alright, but in order to do so, you take away my ability to care if they're alright? Is that what you're saying?
He gives you a slight nod.
Or you can take her clean and take away her ability to be angry about it.
Or, if you really do not care for that type of trade, then I could go with somebody that helps his heart. Need one of kindly nature.
Oh, so we can't offer you devil heart instead. Damn.
Fire.
You're not aware of your surroundings, are you, there, Zell?
Whatever are you talking about?
Hmm.
Fire.
All I know is that someone keeps on going on and on about a certain amount of certain creatures within this party. That's all I need to know. Don't need to ask questions. The less questions you ask, the more likely you are to survive.
So that explains your dull approach to things.
My what?
Though I would also possibly argue that most would actually state the opposite. The more you know, the more likely that you're able to survive. But, then again, I'm not a nature expert.
I'm not either.
So,
Agnes, if you don't mind me asking, just so I'm correct about this, when you say a heart from Pyra, or whatever names are,
Jaxie.
Patsy. Sorry.
It's okay.
What do you mean? Just like her ability to give a shit, or
to give a shit, or like,
so you just want her ability to care, her feelings?
Indeed. But, as I stated before, if she is not willing to be able to do that, then I do need a kind-hearted person's heart. And I mean the actual one.
Oh, you just want their physical heart. Okay.
Oh, well, that's so much easier.
Yeah, it is.
We can just rip out what's his face's heart.
What?
No, not you, Gorge. I still need to do some other. We can rip out the mayor's heart.
That wouldn't be a kind-hearted person.
Nah, I don't think so.
No, but he's not asking for. He asked.
No,
for
he
like
wants a kind person's heart. He wants a nice person's heart. He wants us to kill a nice person and bring their heart here.
Is the boy being nice?
No, we're not killing her.
Is the old crazy cat lady nice?
He's gone.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
not
the
here
cat.
anymore.
Does a cat heart count?
No, they're devil creatures.
True, they are devil creatures. What about a rat's heart?
What about a devil creature that was once human?
Now you're slightly speaking my language. But you have to make sure that they are indeed kind-hearted.
How would we do that? See if they go to church on Sunday?
Religion has nothing to do with kindness. Simply watch the way that they act toward one another. A good example would be Aaron here.
Indeed.
I know who has a good heart.
Who?
I'm not telling.
Now understand, though you would like this, I would say that it would be definitely warranted that I can definitely give you this particular stone. It is just that he would owe me.
We both know I don't want that.
Indeed. So you do, again, you do not have to pay straight away. It is an offer.
An offer to which I need to consider. Our former companion turned into a cat. She seemed very simple and kind. Would hers work?
She is indeed quite innocent. If you are talking, do I believe that you are talking about?
The princess?
Yes. I would say that her heart would do nicely.
Help Zell for a little bit. I need to think about this.
Very well. And how about you there, Aaron? Is there anything that you would desire?
I just want to see if you have a dinosaur that has been trained to ride a ball.
You want to see if I have a dinosaur? Well, from a very far off land. Let me see precisely. Unfortunately, I have run out of stock on such exotic animals that you could be able to ride into battle like a perfect steed.
Oh well. Maybe some other time.
But I do have babies, at least hatchlings. If you desire such a thing, and be able to
Maybe
imprint
another
upon them.
time. Then I'd have to do the work of teaching it to ride a ball.
Very well then.
Plus, you know, it's the dream world we're going out into, and, you know, I want to bring it back into somewhere that I can be sure that I'll be able to get it back out of.
Being once reluctantly is quite difficult. And what about you there, Izzy? Are you still content?
I was gifted this greatsword by someone I know. I'm not a big fan of greatswords, and I was hoping to see if you could either make it into 2 hand axes, or I'll try and ask him to change it again.
Just out of curiosity, who is him?
That is someone for me to know.
Very good. Would you mind if I see the sword?
Yep. And he'll pull it out and just show it to him.
He'll look upon it. The mage is actually quite ancient. Very serendipitous with the Feywilds. I do know of a person that can be able to transfer this type of magic. It will take a couple of days though.
Okay. How much would it cost?
You see, as I stated before, this is the exact same person. That is the enchanter that I was discussing with you about.
Okay, then I won't worry about it. I'll ask him again.
I will state that it would only cost a diamond, though.
I don't have that much.
Unless you wish to make a deal.
No.
Very well then.
I will ask you, do you have any, Any magical scale mail, maybe a chain shirt?
Indeed, I do. Any sort of specifics?
Just better protection. I can do it myself. I've just already crafted this cloak, and I don't want to fucking get rid of it.
Hmm. Now, let's see here. Ah, yes, in the ledger, I do indeed have a couple of things. You wish for chainmail, correct?
No, I can't wear heavy armor. If you have a cheaper breastplate, I'd take that, or either a cheaper breastplate or just some scale mail, or a chain shirt.
So you desire a scale mail or cheap breastplate?
Yes.
That usually.
Would you perhaps maybe have a type of chain shirt that would be as strong as heavy armor but without the penalties?
Well, there is indeed something like that, but it is indeed a particular type of item. It is of a mithril type.
Doesn't that make it so creatures have a harder time getting, like, hard hits in during combat?
That is adamantine.
Adamantine, okay. Then what's up with mithril?
Mithril actually makes you quieter.
Okay.
And I believe that it lowers what armor type it is.
Yes, yes it is.
So
It's medium light, heavy, medium.
yeah. So in D&D 5th edition statistics, what would this be?
The mithril?
Yeah, this mithril scale mail.
Yeah. If you're looking for a mithril scale now,
I mean, that's what he says he has.
he does indeed have. But it will be expensive.
How much?
Let me double check. Scale mail itself is 50 gold. Adding with mithril.
Would anyone in the party stop me if I went after Errol's heart?
I would like it if you didn't.
I would support you considering you're killing cats.
It would be 150 gold.
God damn it.
Every time you say that, I just want to stick Napa on the end.
God damn it, Napa.
I will ask Aaron and Pyro's character, can either of you lend me specifically 30 gold?
How much?
Yes.
34.
Why won't you ask me?
I can
Your gold smells gross.
I can help you.
You're a bully.
It's called tough love.
Listen, I only charge a 10% interest rate after the first year, okay?
Alright.
Considering you've been teaching me how to make rupees, I would happily
I've been
give you
teaching
the. I know, that's what I'm saying. I would happily give you the money so that you can do it.
Okay, thank you. And I will hand in my whole bag of gold pieces and let Pyro's character put the 36 extra I needed.
He places his hand onto the gold pieces and then he slides them over towards underneath of his. What are you doing the sleight of hand for?
So no one sees where I'm taking the gold from.
Okay.
My passive perception.
So he goes over and he brings out a very immaculate and strangely enough a decorative type of armor. It does look very brilliant to the sight and to the senses.
Okay.
And he places it down before you as you receive a mithril scale mail.
Fuck yes.
And that was how much gold again? 27 or 37?
I needed 36 from you.
36? Okay, cool.
Just remove my chippy. There we go.
I kind of wish I could be able to help, but I think
You're
I
good.
purchased
You're right.
the wrong color.
You're good. Oh, I will ask him. Do you want this +1 stud of leather, by the way, Maximus?
Oh, I've actually been able to be perfect for a good trade. Then yes, I would love to.
Okay, cool. I'll go find somewhere to go swap my armor, and I'll go put the mithril scale mail on, and then I'll just bring in the +1 stud of leather.
He gives you back.
Can I
70
watch him strip?
Yeah, he gives you back 75 gold there.
No! I will give Pyro's character 36.
Okay.
I can't wait to do the asshole thing later.
Oh god.
That shit I enchanted. I'm taking the enchantment off on during a long rest.
Oh yeah, you can do enchantments on your shit.
Yeah, you can.
Baby.
Let's just go to used items and remove the enhanced armor. There. Cool, thank you. He's probably gonna want to murder me once that happens.
Jaxie would not recommend it. She's had dealings with him before today, before this quest.
I
Should not recommend it.
With that being done, I do thank you for being able to come by. If you ever need a rest or any sort of relaxations, be sure that you can be able to call upon me.
Did Zell finish his transaction?
No.
That's what I thought.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask him. By the way, do you accept trade offers for anything? Cause I got something that I don't know what to use it for, and it seems pretty useless to me.
I do indeed accept trade offers. Depends upon what sort of worth it is.
Well, you see, I got this weird vial of gooey green sap thingy bubble, and it roofies people, right?
Seriously?
Don't roofie people.
Something
I
like
asked
that?
for it.
You had something like that all along. Seriously?
I got it during the first. You remember the fucking tree people that we fought, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had it ever since then because I literally chopped them up and took their sap.
He looks upon this, and he begins to inspect it.
You know what it is? Because I as hell do not.
Shambling hedge, it looks like. Considering that this type of concoction, this is actually quite strange. A dreamish type of a liquid, meant to be able to send you into your own dreams, and potentially allow it to devour you.
It's a what?
Oh, the shambling tree, or shambling hedge, I should be more corrected.
A shambling... Yeah, I know that much. But what does it do if you have that, like, intake into you?
Oh, if it would have been able to utilize this thing, then it would have immediately made you fall asleep, and it would devour you while you are sleeping. Alive.
That's good to know.
But this particular vial right here, this is actually very potent. You say it was like a roofie, I'd say it'd be more like a... very established sleeping powder that will immediately knock you out in a blink of an eye.
Just don't smell it. Or drink it or touch it.
Pretty much.
So you're giving for your appraisals now, Magnus?
Of course. I've always been good at appraisals. It's just that not many people actually come up to me with interesting items such as this.
Okay.
Which I would definitely purchase, considering that you only have one vial for 25 gold.
I pull out
I mean,
a bottle of water from the dream.
oh God, that!
What would you say this is and is worth?
Yeah,
And does it have any downsides? Seems you're giving free appraisals after all.
let me see this. And how much of it is it?
It's a full water bottle.
A water bottle?
Well, water thingy. What do you call them? Bladder.
That is quite intriguing. Because this could be able to potentially serve as a interesting potion, or it could turn into a poison, depending upon what you desire for it to be turned into.
What do you mean?
Well, if you will it to be, it could turn into a poison that deals a little bit more oomph, so to speak. As long as you put the particular poison in. Or if you put in, say, a potion, say a healing potion, it also kind of gives it a little bit more of an oomph. Or you could be able to heal for much more longer, or poison the person for much more longer.
Wait, can it be used as a base ingredient in healing potions then?
Indeed.
Oh.
Then can I possibly propose a trade with you for this particular bottle of magic water, as it was nicknamed?
He looks at you with a great intrigue. Very well then.
Okay, my proposal is that you give everyone in my party another one of those belts full of healing potions, every member of us, and you get this entire vessel of water.
How many of us actually collected water skins of that shit?
That's the word. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Water skin.
Because I know, so out of the party, the only people who I know who have is Pyro, obviously, Vodon, me, and I think did you get it as well, Izzy?
I want to say yeah.
I think Rosa did as well.
Yeah, she
I
was
think most of-
trying to use it for like some diabolical scheme or something.
So yes, a belt of healing potions for every member of the party. You get this entire water skin of magical water.
I mean, I can make healing potions.
He has really good ones. He has
Do
really
you
good ones.
say that?
That's my offer to Magnus.
Well, I'm talking about Zell saying about the healing potions.
What, about being able to craft healing potions?
Mm-hmm.
Voice it out loud in front of this guy. Yeah, sure. Let me go and be like, hey, buddy, I can make healing potions with that shit.
Yeah. But these belts also hold said healing potions silently.
Oh, okay.
So. Every member of the party, including Gorge.
Oh. So you are including him?
Aye.
Why wouldn't I be?
Well,
You know what I
unfortunately, it will not be as much as the 3 that I've been able to give you all before. It would be worth at least 2.
For each of us.
For each of you. So I will take this deal.
As will I. And I will take that stone as well.
The stone.
She's gonna collect your heart. She's not finished doing.
Unfortunately, dear my dear, this is one or the other.
Then I take the stone. And I will bring you your heart. And I will keep this water skin of magic water.
Very well then.
Jack CD is pissed at this. She's trying to get an extra deal in.
I do hope that you understand.
No.
This particular water is indeed special, but it is not special as to be able to require both type of items.
Well, I was willing to collect the heart.
Indeed. But with that bottle, you could be able to actually not have to collect the heart.
So you're proposing a completely different deal. I see.
Indeed. Now that you've been able to actually present me with that particular water, you could be able to have the stone, or the water,
Okay, sure.
or... Very well then.
Still have another bottle.
And he goes down underneath the display case, and he brings up a small chest, slides it before you. Now remember what I said. Every 3 days.
Yes.
And he takes the water, he
Nice
swirls it
page out
around.
again. What is she going to do every 3 days?
I can contact someone outside of the dream. I can contact someone in the real world.
Oh. Zen.
Yeah.
What is this stone called, by the way, Koji?
It is actually in a planar sending stone.
Planar sending stone. Okay.
That's just a normal sending stone.
In a way. actual sending spell or sending stone, you don't necessarily get it off of a different plane of existence.
The sending spell, yes. It can go to any plane of
Sending
existence.
spell, but not the sending stone.
Okay.
It's either that or it's a little bit more cutting out.
Guess you'll have to find your good heart elsewhere.
Indeed. Very upset about that. Ah, breaks my heart every time that I don't get what I want. It just gives you a little wide smile. However, the other deal is so much sweeter. As for you, Zell, considering that you have been able to bring me a interesting piece of sap, here is your 25 gold.
Shinies.
And is there anything that you desire?
Anything I desire?
We did talk about the braces.
Yes, we did. We definitely did talk about those, bracers.
Or if you'd like, I can be able to get you a bow enchanted.
Oh.
Indeed. But it will indeed cost you.
How much is a bow enchantment?
What sort of enchantment would you be looking for?
Correction of aim.
You want your bow not to be able to miss, huh?
I already have a +9, why not?
I think a different item would actually be more suitable for you.
Yeah, what's that?
You see, this particular person was actually able to enhance one's sight. In fact, the blacksmith that I was able to discuss with you before was very intrigued by being able to experiment with this thing. Granted, his species, so to speak, is actually quite accurate. Say from a good 500 feet, you could be able to easily hit the center of the mark. So he decided to be able to try to bestow the same sight into, as he reaches down, he brings out a little bit more longer of a box, and he opens it up. And you see a monocle with a very strange cross pattern.
A monocle. As in, I'm rich and fancy.
In a way. But it seems to have some sort of lines that kind of cover the cross.
Okay.
And a small circle.
It's a scope.
It's literally a scope monocle.
It's a fucking scope!
Yup.
God damn it, Koji. What type of deal do you want for that magnificent thing? Zell has a thing for rich people things, okay?
This one will be offered for you for 50 gold.
I'll pay you 50 gold for that. Hell yes. Ah, there goes the 25 I just earned. And that leaves me with 75.
Now, this is the monocle of precise aiming.
Oh god.
Your range is doubled. And from anything under 120 feet, you will have advantage.
Anything from where?
Under 120 feet away from you, you will have advantage.
That's powerful as fuck.
Oh my god.
You got a really good price.
The advantage.
You got that for a really good price.
Literally permanently have advantage until something is provoking you not to.
What the fuck?
And it isn't even a proficiency bonus type of use.
I will say it does indeed require an attunement.
He has 3 attunement slots.
Bruh, I would take that. What the fuck?
Unless you start like literally throwing like every single magical item requires attunement at us, this will not be an issue for a while.
Trust me, there's gonna be plenty.
Well, so far there hasn't been.
So far, because you guys are literally beginning levels.
We're level 6.
Exactly! Still beginning!
We're 4 through the character levels.
Hello there, Freefaller. How you doing?
So. That.
Would it go well with the sniper feed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really well, actually.
Oh my god.
It's cheese. I was lactose intolerant.
What?
I was asking if he was lactose intolerant.
If who was?
Clem. If Clem was.
Oh. Am I lactose intolerant?
Yeah. Because that is extreme cheese. You might get a tummy ache.
Actually, I am lactose intolerant.
So.
Not horribly so, but enough.
As Magnus leans back. Oh, and one more thing. I'm not certain if you remember anything or if I've been able to tell you, but if you ever met Cassidy.
Oh, I'm Cassidy?
Is that the mayor?
The man? Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. It's who the mayor
That's
works
the
for.
Lich.
Right.
What about him?
Could you give us any information on him? Considering you sent us in here?
No. I didn't even realize that he was still alive. But if you ever do meet him again, as you actually witness his physique, instead of being a smile, it's more of a grimace. If you all wish to roll an insight, you may.
I guess I will.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
18?
17.
Hyra and Isri.
Yo.
Yeah.
You see that he actually looks like he has a distinct hatred for Casimir.
Is this the Elven guy that you got the monocle from?
No, he's the evil asshole of a lich.
The main lich.
Oh, he's the Lich. Okay.
He's the one that killed us.
Or put us in the flag tree.
Yes.
Wait, the mayor is the one who put us in there?
No, the
No,
Lich
no,
literally
no.
killed us, and because Lich absorbs souls, we're inside the phylactery.
Yeah. So we exited the bottom layer and we're just in another layer of it.
Yep.
If you ever by any chance meet him again, would you mind passing a message for me?
Sure. What is the message?
Make sure you do not cross my path again.
Do not cross Magnus's path again. Gotcha. Do you mind if I have one of the knives remember it for me?
Wait, who's not supposed to cross Magnus' path?
The Lich.
You? Oh.
So we essentially just tell the Lich to fuck off from Magnus.
Oh.
Because now that he also trapped me in here with him, I too have my own vendetta. Because he's disrupted something very important for me, and I am livid.
You're normally quite composed, you're just a little bit absolutely livid.
Indeed.
So, did you want a part of him? You know, as a trophy that a group that you send in to his phylactery bested him on your
If
behalf?
you find his phylactery, bring it to me.
Wait.
I just have to quickly ask a question because I don't understand Lich anatomy very well. Are you pretty much asking for his dick?
No, it's
No,
literally
his soul container.
No, that's what Jaxie's asking. She's being facetious?
No, I'm not asking for his. Kind of just shakes his head and just kind of reverses back to that smile. No, there is a particular item. In fact, I believe the thing was the. It was the headpiece, a little crown of sorts. Circlet, that's what it was. The circlet that you all went into the Sunless Citadel for.
Right. If it happens to get broken, that's not on us. You know that, right?
That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
But just note that I desire his phylactery, so therefore I could be able to. You don't have to worry about what I could be able to do to it.
That's kind of, if we're gonna help you out, you should at least tell us what you're gonna do with it.
I think he is going to set it into the darkest pits of a black hole.
That wouldn't surprise me, but I still like to hear it from him.
The door shuts behind you.
Fuck.
I can shove them under the bus.
I was just trying to ruffle
Oh, gotcha. You're
feathers.
changing the music as well.
So he pretty much pushed us out of his domain.
No.
No?
You're still within his domain.
He's locked us in here because this is super important.
Ah.
This is so important that the EM's changing the music.
His smile almost seems to vanish. I suppose it's about time that you all know exactly who I am. And these deals are obviously very unorthodox.
Everything you do is unorthodox, Magnus. That's part of your
You
flair.
immediately begin to see half of his skin from his face melt. His bones begin to actually show. His fingers and cells become skeletal.
Oh,
and you
God.
see a bright blue orb right where his left half of his face used to be. His nose completely gone, but skeletal.
Great,
And
I
he
owe
stares
pink
at
a
all
gold
of you.
piece.
stares at all of you. A lich. You see, Zell, you were not too far off in saying that I was indeed a master wizard.
Yeah, I see that. This is why
So-
Zell has the common rule. Don't ask too many questions.
So, did the lich that trapped us in here, did he get you as well, or?
Or did your domain get trapped here because his phylactery was stronger and we summoned you into it, in a matter of speaking, in order to trade?
Both could be true. Indeed.
So, without meaning to, you accidentally got entangled in the phylactery itself.
Namely, it's not necessarily, as he looks towards you, there is that his magic or his phylactery is much stronger than mine. But he was able to somehow contain me, even though I'm already contained by a very
Wait, does that mean
difficult-
that your domain, your shop, menagerie, is this your phylactery?
It is my prison. Concocted by many of the gods before they all died, especially by the Fey god himself, Seamus.
Is we just gonna like try and just sort of get behind someone just very slowly?
You're gonna get behind me?
Probably. Just I don't know that man. I don't.
I have no real ill will towards the gods, to be perfectly honest. I understood what they had to do. I was too powerful, yes they could say.
So not to Magnus, or just powerful for it.
I was also very terrifying during the war.
War?
Indeed. The war between gods themselves as well as the gods and devils. And the gods and the undead. And now it's just the undead. Versus, of course, the common folk.
Can I ask
But
you a consequences-free question? The undead dragon thingy I told you about. Do you know of what I speak?
indeed I do.
Shit, that thing is real. It does have my family.
And if it does indeed have your family, that means it is a Dracolich. A very terrible, terrifying type of creature. But if he's holding you to something, then I would not necessarily worry about your parents too much. First and foremost, worry about yourselves.
What do you mean don't worry about my family?
Time and space here is quite different. It's very illusory. I even do not know what time it is, or how long that we've been in here. I wish I did. I wish I could be able to utilize my spells to break out of here. But again, I cannot be able to escape this plane. So this is why I entrust all of you. Continued forward. Continue your fights. Grow.
Considering you're kind of trapped in the sway as well, is there any way that you could possibly give us some more stones so that we can call on you in the future if we really need help? Because to my knowledge we might be out, which means you'd be trapped here without anyone to talk to but your pets. So wouldn't it be in your better interest of your sanity at least to give us some more stones?
Very certainly know how to be able to be flatterer of words. And I have indeed been alone for quite some time, though, Taxi. So being alone even more makes no difference to me, to be honest. But in lieu of all of you for needing anything, or be able to at least make sure that all of you have been able to not only do with Earl Balkans, but also be able to deal the deed and set all of us free in a way. He reaches down and brings forth it looks almost like a cigar box. And he opens it up. This is all that I have. Each of you are capable of carrying 2. If by any chance that you do indeed need it of me, I will always have this put by me, or at least be able to have it open to you. If you seek shelter, I can be able to provide it. However, first and foremost, I am indeed a shopkeeper, and I must keep my shop. Do you understand?
Yes. So how many stones do we each get?
You each get 2.
I'm not gonna take them.
Can I inspect them?
Each one seems to be just like the last one that actually shattered in your hand the moment that you written that N.
Can I roll Arcana on them?
Go ahead and roll Arcana.
Cool. Let me just look at something real quick. Where is it? Arcana Origins. Yeah, there we go. I do have that already. Thank God. 15.
These are some sort of, seems to be able to have some sort of strange teleportation type of rune.
Teleportation, okay.
Well, at least everyone gets some stones, if they're willing to take them.
Izui isn't taking any of the stones.
Keep your friends close, keep your enemies close, so I'm taking the stones as well.
Josie looks at you to try and go take the stones. At least take them and I'll have them. Without actually saying that.
I will insight check to see if I understand what the fuck you're trying to say to me as you're sort of staring at him.
Go for it. Jaxie, go ahead and roll performance.
Okay, he'll begrudgingly take them.
Never mind. Yep. All good.
So,
Gives a soft smile to all of you, even though it's kind of crooked in his new visage before all of you. I do appreciate you all being able to hear my selfishness for the time. Me and Castor used to be partners, you know.
then could you maybe share his weak points?
If I would have known that, I wouldn't be able to be just simply able to ask you all to try to fight your way through here.
I know our employer.
His
So.
common weaknesses?
I do not know of any. I have been in here for quite some time.
Ah.
Me and him fought alongside one another against the vampire scourge. Though his method was unorthodox. To be able to try to bring down the sun upon of all things. Only for it to be frozen over in a black sheet of glass. That same sheet that was outside of the Sunless Citadel. The one of the obsidian. I'm certain you all can remember.
Yeah.
But I believe that there is something else within all of you.
Well, there's a soul.
I'm talking about what else resides along with your soul. A remnant, I should say. But I'm not too clear upon which.
What do you mean? Remnant. Is that why you chose us for this job?
He gives a bit of a smile. Indeed. But it wasn't necessarily my doing fully. Whatever powers that may be brought me to you. To all of you.
He's on probation ever since our night of drinking. You realize that, right?
Indeed.
My
And I
family's
shall be able to owe
probably
you a
living.
round or two.
Hmm.
Now go on almost like you've never met me. You never known my secret. And you know what I am. Am I clear?
Okay.
Who are you?
Perfect. So, once again brings on the form of the high elf. As the door soon swings open. Now be free, be off, shoo shoo. Unless there's
Okay.
anything else that you wish to purchase.
Nope. Izzo will be the first one to leave. As he's just quickly hurrying out.
Gives a
You know
soft-
what? I agree with him. I'm going to not book it, but tactically retreat from that place.
Jack just walks out calmly.
And I assume Aaron does as well.
Wait, did Aaron actually want anything?
And already refused.
Once the portal to Magnus's domain is passed, Draxie mutters under her breath, "Damn it, I owe Rose her a gold piece."
Izui will approach Pyro's character and say, here's the crystals that you wanted from him.
Thanks.
Yep.
That was quite a while.
It was.
I didn't know that it was some sort of undead thing. I thought it was just some sort of cool
Shush.
spell. Oh, right.
Okay.
Rose admitted me that she was right about that thing. She was.
So, is there anything else you guys want to do, or should we go to the last ghost person that we need to go beat up their dream?
I don't know
I
about
think
you.
that we need to eat.
I was about to say, I don't know about you, but I know I need a stiff drink after staring that in my face.
Alright.
So that's probably, after all, we've just got through like 2 hours of the thing, so it's gonna be great. Thanks for mate.
And he goes through the door.
Okay. My character will go to the bartender and just say, "Can I have more of your peanuts?"
Sure.
Cool. How much do you want for them?
I mean, the peanuts are complimentary. You can just have some.
How much is some?
I mean, as long as you don't eat the entire dish.
Again.
Again.
So I'm asking how much is some, because I will just take the bowl.
And if you just want a bowl, I suppose at least a copper piece. Or not a
Give her-
copper piece, it's actually different. I suppose at least a... It's a different fucking currency here.
A teddy bear. Go with the teddy bear.
Yeah, no, that's way too much. I think it's... Come on, load for me. That'd be great. Fantastic, even.
No.
What?
No.
Why?
No.
I just want to load. That's all I want. Oh, okay.
Maybe what you want, but it's not what it wants.
Apparently. Buttons.
A button.
It'll cost you a button. Yeah.
But wasn't everything supposed to be come by the mayor, or did that expire?
No, that has possibly expired. But then again, you're buying a bowl of peanuts. That's not necessarily covered by the mayor.
Sure.
Yeah. I will give her whatever the equivalent of 2 bowls, because I didn't pay for the last one.
That'd be 2 buttons or 2 pebbles.
I'll be right back. And I'll start wandering the town looking around for 2 pebbles.
Oddly enough, there's no pebbles.
There's a river. Can I go look there?
That's beyond the wall, but you can.
If I go outside the wall and go look there, can I?
Roll me a survival.
Will do. I'm giving myself guidance as I'm looking.
Okay. You were able to find 2 pebbles.
Cool. I go back and pay for the 2 bowls. Or pay for the previous bowl and the current one.
Oh yeah, Fire, you still have that. No, you don't have that. Never mind.
Hmm?
Never mind.
So, Gorge is definitely fucking drinking.
As is Jaxie.
You all have a drinking contest?
No. I know
Yeah.
better.
It'll be fun.
I know
Well,
better.
George, I want to do it with you.
Yeah, it's about time. Me and you go. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
So,
Jaxie just laughs to herself and just drinks.
as Gorge and Isby, I would like for you guys to actually first start off with a performance.
Okay.
To begin the show.
Natural 20.
A natural 20. See how Gorge does. A 4. Gorge isn't necessarily going to be that big of a showmanship as he kind of slams his grog down a bit. And then, now comes the Constitution fight.
Yep. He's gonna win this.
Constitution saving throw. And 16. Gorge is starting to feel a bit tipsy, but you, Isby, feel kind of light, a little bit tingly. As we go for it again. And with disadvantage now. He has a 9.
Oh, that fucking disadvantage.
Because Gorge got a disadvantage. If he rolls lower now, you are currently still in the lead. However, you do indeed get disadvantage.
Fuck.
Hey, you got an extra round before your disadvantage again.
Yeah, yeah. 19 bits. Fuck.
23. Almost like his demeanor just gets more used to the drink.
Bitch is raging on me. Goddamn.
He begins to raise himself up and pick you up along with him. As he begins to start singing in Null.
Oh.
Oh, I understand this, Cody. Sing for me.
Why would you want me to do such a thing?
Sing for me.
You should have known it was coming.
I...
It is the day, and by night we drink, and then we shall party the corpses away. By God we will, by Knowles. Hold on. By... I'm trying to remember his goddamn god. So I'm pretty certain it was...
Name was goddamn it Napa.
Yeah.
hilarious, but no. It's not Grumpsh. It's Yinogu. By Yinogu, we will be able to go and pillage again once more.
How did you get Grunch from
Grunch.
an
Yinogu. Grumpsh is an orcish god.
Okay. Can I
And-
roll Holism kit, by the way, Koji?
I go for it.
I want to
believe-
try doing something with the water.
Alright.
Now that he knows what it does.
Yeah, now that I know what it does. How do I roll this shit again?
Just click onto the word herbalism kit.
That is a wisdom attribute. 20.
Alright. So what exactly are you making with this?
Health potion. I don't know.
Health potion.
Because
Great.
Holism kits can do that.
So not only does it get an extra die, with that 20, you made a greater healing potion.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Paying the
With an extra 9.
paying the bottle of water, the jar of water thing was so much cheaper than what Jaxie was willing to do for that. So, oh yeah, Jaxie's asked for some roast meat from the bartender.
Well, sure enough, there's some meat that's actually going around. Gorge actually kind of comes over to be able to grab a haunch as this huge pig is set before all of you. As Isby, you haven't necessarily lost, but Gorge seems to be able to hold his liquor.
This time.
This time.
You've won you for now, Mr. Krabs.
I've won 2 out of 3.
So, with that,
It's time for another Constitution roll.
we shall and will go for another Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. Oh.
God.
Gorge, after having a bone lodged currently in his mouth, soon falls over.
What's up? Why is he looking at me?
I was looking at you.
I don't know, I heard something.
Gorge is currently falls over on top of the table.
Unconscious. He parried out like a Capri.
I
As we-
can take Gorge up to you.
Fucking roll me athletics.
Oh, you fool. I actually specialize in athletics.
Well, you know, that's actually really fucking hilarious, because there you go. You actually begin to take him up to his room. As you all witness as Zell currently, takes the bone out of Gorge's mouth before he chokes on it, I could assume.
Yeah.
And starts taking Gorge up the stairs.
Jaxie's following.
Jaxie continuously following Izzy and Aaron. Anything that you would like to do?
I think Izui would have enough consciousness somehow to think I should go to my room. They'll just follow the group up the stairs.
And I guess, Aaron, you're also going to be going to sleep?
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, Jaxie doesn't trust Zell with Gorge. That's why she's following.
As most of you go to sleep, with Zell carrying Gorge up into his room, laying him down onto his bed.
And then proceeding to try triple knotted rope around him and to the bed, just so then he doesn't get up.
Why are you doing
Sleight
that?
of hand?
Well, you see, he's drunk. He has a battle axe that makes his mind go insane. I'm not taking chances.
This is because he hit you the other day, isn't it? In the room.
No, never. Partially right. Partially right, but that's besides the point.
I'll accept you tying his legs together so that if he tries to go anywhere, he falls on his face. But I'm not going to let you tie him to his bed so he can't
What about
move, roll
his
over.
hands then? Because if his hands aren't tied, he can escape.
Assuming he's thought of that after he falls on his face.
You're right. I guess I'll just tie his legs.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
When you wake up, you find out that Gorge is just standing very slightly above you with an axe.
Oh my god.
You rolled a 1?
I up.
You rolled a 1?
Yep.
So, Zell, as you begin to try to tie Gorge up, you wrap around and wrap around and be able to try to do all sorts of knots, only to find that you are now stuck to Gorge.
This is a predicament here.
Currently tied to one of his legs with both of your arms.
Well, you see, there's a beautiful, beautiful thing that I have called Blink.
Jaxie's just watching this and kind of giggling into a drink which she took with her.
Oh, Gorge is just currently just snoring. So, Zell, you decide to go ahead and just right out of existence, right in front of Jaxie.
I mean, Jaxie's seen me do it during combat, so there's no problem with it.
And of course, the extra bits of knots and whatnot that you try to be able to tie kind of is a bit loosened around Gorge's legs.
Seems he's gone. Jaxie's gonna untie Gorge.
Just untie Gorge, and Gorge kind of just turns over and just kind of like buries his head further into the pillow. Comfort. You see one of his legs just start kicking.
He's dreaming.
Alright. Izwi,
Hmm.
I can give you one more chance of nature.
Thank you. 23.
And as all of this is going on, Izwi,
Hmm.
as you lay the great sword before you, and try to call upon Seamus once again. What you calling me for?
Am I still drunk during this time, or have I sobered up?
I'm still a bit drunk.
Okay.
Hello there. Another person has just joined the party. You missed
Forgot the
out
sense to the
all
change.
the fun.
Oh, what you're looking at? It looks like that you have a bit of a party. It's about the damn time you're a fucking satyr.
Okay. All right. The great sword that you gifted me when we first talked, or when we made that deal, I appreciate it. I prefer hand axes, though.
You prefer hand axes? Oh, look at you with your big old britches. If you actually wore any.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose my little bit of fun was not necessarily went over your head a little bit. Just thought about the irony, you know? But sure, I'll be able to transfer them into hand axes.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
I have a question, though.
Go for it.
Do you remember a guy named Seamus?
That's me, yes.
Sorry. Magnus.
His demeanor kind of shifts a little bit. Oh? How do you know of Magnus?
Give me a second. Does he tell the truth or does he lie?
That's a good thing. It'd be more of a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
I'll do that then. Alright,
One
he's gonna, he has enough of a brain cell at the moment to lie, or at least try and not say the truth. A friend was doing some research into, like, the gods and such, or something. And they eventually found a name like Magnus, and it sounded pretty peculiar, or at least the name seemed important on the text. So I figured I'd bring it up.
Indeed. I don't know him personally, but I heard that he was quite a intricate fellow.
Okay, cool. I was just curious. I'll tell my friend that once I've sobered up.
I mean, after all, at least what I've been told is that he was quite a terrible being. Almost like a fiend, in a way.
Alright, thank you.
Of course, not a problem. And
Alright.
as for this great sword that is now magicless, should I give it to your old friend?
I think he's got a fancy axe now. I think it was gifted to him from a no god or something.
Interesting. Very well then. If that is the case, then I bid. Actually, I think I have a good idea. Your friend Verdant.
What about him?
Go ahead and give him that great sword. Granted, it won't necessarily have any sort of magical value until I find a good reason for it.
Okay. We'll do.
And get yourself some rest. Looks like you haven't been drinking for quite some time. Kind of later, are you?
The last time I drank was with my orc family.
Ah, well then that would make any sense. All sorts of senses.
Alright. Night. And he'll somehow, and Izzy would just sort of like wave his hand to like, or like pretend like it's a phone call and just try and end it right there.
He just kind of watches you as you drop onto the bed. Then he shrugs and then he just disappears.
By the way, Vodon, you wouldn't happen to possibly know a nature goddess, would you? You would happen to know one. I'm kind of in the need to meet one.
Oh no.
You would happen
It
to
seems
know
the
one.
Fae are winning.
Yeah.
Because of fucking deals.
Definitely seems that way to us, doesn't it?
Come on, step up your game. You guys are fiends. You guys are supposed to be doing this more than us.
Jaxie doesn't really understand what this means yet. She didn't make any deals. Except for with Magnus.
Rosa.
I'm working on it. Working on it.
Yeah.
But don't miss out on some funny things.
It's just that I'm here so late. Any reason? Why do you need to meet the nature goddess?
Koji, what was the reason again? What did he want?
He wants part of it.
Of the nature god.
Oh, well, you see, I just may need, like, a leaf or two from a nature god for something.
That's
Just a limb or two. Just a limb. Maybe a head.
then again, I don't
he
know
didn't
for sure.
He didn't specify what he needed, did he?
True, he needs the gallbladder.
No, I just need a leaf or two from one.
Alright, go ahead and get some food there, bud.
Fuck.
Ah, I see.
You know, I'm not.
Hold on,
quite
hold
sure.
on. We've known each other for years. I would never
Yeah.
lied to
You
you.
would always.
I have not lied to you once.
Today.
There is no deception roll to this. Today.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't lied to you once today.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't lie about such a important thing. Now, what?
What's with all the measuring that's going on there? Damn!
Tomato and you didn't. God damn it.
It's 5 feet.
PC and Xbox.
So,
Mm.
who wants? Why do you want to leave from the nature realms?
Well, you see, Vadad.
Yes.
Now hear me out, right?
As you guys are all literally crowded in a gorgeous room talking about this.
Yeah. Yep. Now hear me out. What if I could, maybe trade a leaf or two for a nature goddess for, I don't know, a bow that may or may not improve my accuracy, or some bracelets that may or may not improve my accuracy.
Are you showing off your monocle yet?
Oh, he has been wearing it since the time he got it.
He's wearing an odd monocle.
Rudant, you do indeed see a very weird looking monocle that has a cross S type of symbol with a few lines that go from each end of it and a small circle.
Okay.
Oh, I got it from a merchant.
Understatement.
I seem to have missed quite a bit.
Yeah, you did.
We didn't end up dying to the vampire mist thing.
Oh, no. That was taken care of a while ago.
We went to go see Magnus.
Which crystal did you use?
Turns out,
The crystal?
Zell had one.
Ah. So do you still have mine, Jackson?
No. You've got yours
I'm
back.
tripping balls right now. Stop, Clem.
And here's two more. Because I grabbed some for you when we were there. I still have mine, by the way.
So there's...
I got more.
Can I have this one back?
I was giving them back.
Two. Thank you.
Everyone in the party got offered two.
Thank you. Did you end up managing to acquire anything from Agnes?
Who, me?
Yes.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
She can talk to her family because she gave a heart of... Wait, no, you actually traded water for that. Never mind.
I did.
She was gonna trade a heart of an innocent bystander.
No, I wasn't.
What?
I was not.
So,
The
Oh, you
water
were
was
accepting the offer. Both offers.
water is a cheaper price. He was trying to get me to pay my own heart.
Or a heart of an innocent person. Kind, not innocent.
I've...
I'm not gonna give him the heart of a cat. Jeez.
Zoe would
You
have
were thinking about it.
Yeah. She turned into a cat. It didn't matter.
True. But you thought about giving someone else's heart.
Sorry?
That past party with
No.
Lyle. Lyle.
Look, just have another drink, Zell. Come on. After what we just saw, have another fucking drink.
Zell don't drink.
Get out of my ass. Jaxie's drinking rather heavily right now. Yes, it was very close. But he is sleeping soundly again, and she winks at you. Almost like she's referring to you in Thieves' Camp.
They're after me again.
He's dreaming.
Hello, Jamal.
He got drunk under the table. No, was trying to tie him up.
I need to go see a merchant to buy like oil or something.
Ah!
What?
You fucking could just buy oil from Magnus.
I could've. But I forgot that I needed it. So I have to once again look for a merchant to buy oil. Cause I have a Tinder box.
Just immediately use this another stone.
No.
Just for oil.
That
As we're
sounds
gonna use the-
exactly like something I would do.
I don't with my... Never mind. I was talking to my chat.
Well,
A weird undead thing is coming after me.
So you were saying you were tying him down?
No,
I believe after that last incident, I might want to find someone. That could have helped a lot.
Yeah, that could have helped too much.
Oh, he wouldn't have been able to get any of that from Magnus.
I might be able to find something in the shops. They seem to have a habit of
Yeah.
holding useful items for adventurers. Dreaming of heroes that never seem to pass.
True, very true.
Or is it half of his face completely off?
That sounds like an interesting dream. Maybe we should not be standing over sleeping Noel. Zell, after you.
Would I do anything?
Yes.
Somebody's been taking me shinies.
I think it's time to go.
So says the one that's been taking his shinies.
I have not touched a single shiny from him.
Do I insight you? Vernon just gives a look anyway, just like, really.
Bro, I rolled a nat 20 on the fucking skill check, okay? I don't want to hear it.
Alright.
I robbed that man blind.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't happen to train Zell in sleight of hand too?
No, I did not.
Oh. 1 second. I need to go upstairs and sort through my things. Yes, I walk up to make sure I haven't lost anything.
Flips a gold coin in hand.
Harp, yes. Quarterstaff, yes. 2 vials of water.
Oh yeah, I can turn those into healing potions, by the way, Udon.
Yeah, we got one appraised.
Okay, okay.
They add an extra dice. And I have proficiency with mobilism kits. So,
Okay. So everything it does adds an extra die?
Yeah.
Anything you turn it into?
It could be a poison, or it could be a health potion, pretty much.
Or it could also double its duration.
and I rolled a 20, so I got a greater healing.
Woo!
With an extra die.
You know, we should probably do research on the is this the last guy that we have to go into his dream of?
Yep.
You know, because of the whole vampire situation, maybe we should do research on this guy before going in. Just a slight recommendation.
Yes. And, I mean,
Not the worst idea.
my past life, this was a friend.
Oh, you knew him?
Yes. I was tending the garden with no longer we are in this as time goes by, it feels like it was just a dream. Which makes sense. Tristram
Carry on.
Alright.
So we've left Gorge's room and I've shut the door behind us.
Tristram always wakes up dawn to morning. If you want to catch him while he's sleeping, he turns in another early each night.
Not tonight. We're not doing it tonight.
No. I think we deserve rest as well. And his garden has always been failing due to some sort of pest. I don't recall what it was exactly.
rodents.
Perhaps.
What did you do, Zal?
What? Why are you assuming I did it?
I've met you.
Just because I'm a honest, hardworking person doesn't mean I would ruin someone else's garden.
Really?
I like rats. I don't like rabbits, squirrels, and such things. The nastiest, the meanest rodents out there are those damn groundhogs.
Really?
They look all cute and nice, but they're bullies.
Oh.
They bully you.
Oh no, not me.
They bully your rodent friends?
Yes. They pick fights.
Nature is a strange thing
Guess that's why Zal wants a piece of it.
It's wonderful, but it's hard to understand.
The door begins to open from Gorge's room.
Hmm?
Gorge stands there for a moment. And he walks down the steps.
I take a glance at his eyes. Is he up? Is he sleepwalking?
He looks like that he is in a daze.
Oh, that's not good.
Like he is sleepwalking in a sense.
He's not holding an axe or anything, right?
He is holding an axe, his large axe in one hand.
Guys, this isn't looking good at all.
Zell's gonna shoot.
He's going down the stairs.
Told you so,
going-
look.
Gorge goes down the stairs, going right past you all as he heads out into the streets.
Hello.
Zell's just staring at you, with the "I told you so."
It's Jaxie. You gotta remember, ginormous ass. Jaxie, ginormous.
I hate that. I hate that lad. That fucking phrase.
That's why I named
Ginormous ass.
Jaxie is another name for a butt. That's why I chose a name.
Oh my god.
I chose her name because of that.
Oh my
I chose
God.
my name because I wanted a simple 3 fucking 1 noun word, basically.
I couldn't get past. I couldn't get past the pun of it all.
I mean, the pun is beautiful. We should probably follow.
Oh yeah, I'm following.
Sprint, like sprinting after.
Shall we pick the other 2?
Probably grab easily.
Ishui!
And Eli's character as well.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Aaron!
What?
Gorge has become a victim of the sleepwalking.
Oh, fun.
He's got it. Not
He's walking circles.
Okay,
You
sure,
wanna
sure.
come out and help?
No.
Understandable. Have a great day.
Is he seriously?
Dant and Jaxa, you see almost like in a trance, Gorge continues a round about. His eyes looking like that he is searching for something.
Something good or something bad? Sometimes a face can give that away.
Looks like he's searching for something bad.
Oh, great.
Almost kind of like the same look that Anatol had.
Vampires.
He's succumbing to the power of this place. That's not a good thing. We don't want Gorge to join the Sleepers. Jaxie's going.
Stop.
He stopped?
Yep, he stops for a moment.
Jaxie walks up and puts her hand on his shoulder. Gorge?
He begins to speak in Null.
Gorge, wake up. And I give him a little shake. Just the one-handed one on his shoulder.
Soon enough, you see light finally coming to his eyes as he begins to blink.
Okay. But where am I?
What are you looking
Why am
for?
I out here?
What are you looking for?
What am I looking for?
Yeah.
Right. I was just on the hunt for them leeches that took my tribe.
I think this place is starting to affect you, making you into one of the Sleepers. Might
He
want
kind
to.
of looks towards the ground a little bit confused.
Might want to avoid getting blackout drunk again. Make you more susceptible.
Blinks and begins to get back up again. Alright. Sorry. I don't know what come over me.
Oh, you lost a drinking competition to Goat Boy.
That is a total... You know, actually that makes sense.
And then you were looking for something unpleasant, it looked like.
I was looking for the damn bloodsuckers that took my family. This is what I thought I was doing, while I was dreaming of the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, friends, you can keep looking for them, but we won't be finding them in this town. That's why we have to get out of here.
Yeah, you're right.
Hence why I said maybe you should only drink enough to get a buzz instead of blackout.
You're right. I just wanted to be able to part. After all, we're so close to being able to finish up whatever the mayor guy was talking about.
Yeah.
What on earth are you doing, Sal?
It's gonna fuck with the cats.
Did trading line of sight on how many cats he can shoot at once?
Now that he has a scope.
Scoping in on their position. Stalking. waiting, hunting.
Yeah, shakes his head. He shakes his head. Yeah, I'm alright now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if you're more susceptible because of the food and drink here.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I'd normally say you need to eat something to help sober up, but we don't know if that more is gonna make things worse.
Hmm.
What do you think,
Well,
Vedant? You've been asleep here. Could the food be a contributing factor?
Perhaps, but I do remember spending a lot of time here without being infected. It's almost as if whenever you relax too much, it begins to take you. So as long as we have a purpose and we focus on that, I think we should be okay. That's the whole reason Stella can continue to exist. Money and rodents.
Shiny and
True. Those are the only joys in life.
Octavian's not supposed to be taking this though. So that's what I'm gonna do. He wouldn't add us to his collection.
Then explain what happened to Gorge.
At least he snapped out of it quickly.
sure.
Didn't we break a deal?
Who doesn't know that?
Unless he has some way, shape, or form to monitor the people who he puts under sleep.
Then you've been a rat all along.
What? I'm not a disembodied, I'm a rat. That explains so much.
Got a point. I'll be honest with you, I was slightly disappointed we didn't finish to snag some vampire hunting supplies to his dream. But I gave us some ideas.
He woke when he woke.
Yeah.
It was not an easy fight though.
I need to find out a way to gain some radiant damage. It's definitely something I can't do.
Turns out my magic
Try
knives
this
were all
out.
that was needed.
There's an enchanter here. Maybe you can convince her to give you some type of thing.
Perhaps. Do you have a silver?
How much do you have?
That's when McGregor checks his pocket, pulls out 1 gold and 5 silver pieces.
You're poorer than me!
Actually,
Silver.
you also have 49 silver from the
Yeah.
thing with Anatole.
Oh. Out of character, but in this area, doesn't our money turn into like berries or something weird?
Yep, your silver actually turns into, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, berries.
Berries and buttons.
Berries and dice.
Oh. Well,
Silver turns into berries and dyes. Copper turns into buttons and pebbles. Electrum turns into shells and sea glass. Gold turns into rings and bubbles. And if somehow you guys gain platinum, it's precious gems.
So you're saying I'm carrying around a bunch of rings right now? I am totally wearing them on my hands.
Yeah, I have 5 dice. I have 4 dice, 1 berry, and a ring. Single ring.
Zell has rings on all of his fingers and his hair.
Look, it's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hey, at least he'll be able to take a few extra hits. We did end up managing to score pretty well, thanks to you, Jaxie. Did we have any leftover bits that we could possibly turn in for something?
Yeah.
Or do you have something in mind that you're working towards?
No. Yeah. You can take some of the rings. I give him. Give me a second. Right. No, because you'll know that you took them.
If I remember correctly, this time he was actually from his armor. I was looking at tapped his chest a little bit. Saw the breast. Name the kingdom of
I got
Nails?
no.
The crest of the kingdom. So we may very well find ourselves in the kingdom.
Wait, does that mean there's a lot of gold there?
Maybe.
And somewhere to sell these.
I say we repeat his dreams a few times.
I give you 3 diamond and silver rings.
Okay.
You know, Verdant, we're buddies, right? You can trust me.
We are buddies.
You know what they say, Zell's like a bank. Zell the bank.
I don't forget at all.
Believe
I'm good at keeping track of all the money. You know, you can
Zell
trust
is
me,
like a bank.
I'll never
He'll-
lose a coin in my hand.
He'll spend all your currency. Just like a bank.
if you gave me this pitch the third day I knew you.
That's besides the point. And have I ever let you down with that pitch?
But
That was the past. I'm a changed. I'm a
Thank.
changed disembodied.
and here I was hoping you'd be the one who consistently left in the
I'm a cunt.
Yes, you are very useful.
Yeah.
Alright, we should get back to easily and
Yeah, we should have something to eat.
Didn't we already eat? That's why we're out
Trade
here,
him
because
for
we
the night.
drank too much.
Yeah. But Jaxie's encouraging us to eat again.
okay.
Oh, I won't really complain.
I'm going to sleep with Roval.
Oh my.
No, you tell me that if you have a dog, you wouldn't want it to be in your bed with you.
No.
You don't. You never. What?
They have their own bed. I always had big dogs growing up. You don't want to lose. You don't want to get pushed out of bed by your dog.
I had
You
pit
push the
bulls
dog out of
and
bed.
I used to sleep. They used to sleep on my bed with me. Okay.
It's also a dominance thing. They can't sleep on the bed. They can only sleep on the floor or their bed. It's pecking order thing.
Well, I'm over here with a cat. And
Even my cats aren't allowed to sleep on the bed with me. Mainly because one of them would probably attack me if I tried to have it on my bed.
I used to have dogs like twice my size sleep on the bed with me.
Mm.
So
I was always taught with my Dobermans growing up, make sure that you're always above them on the pecking order. That way they'll always defend you.
I mean, so the dog that I had for like close to 15 years or something. No, it was close to like more like 11. I had ever since I was a child, and so pecking order was already established. I was her child. There was no option. I was the dog's child. Yeah, one of the
Dobermans adopted a cat. That was amusing. Cat actually believed it was a Doberman and would take down Rottweilers.
Anyway, as you guys pretty much rest for the evening or night, as now is, you will continue to be able to try to figure out your plans with Tristram and trying to be able to get yourself prepared for the next dream. And this is where we're going to be able to end tonight's session.
Where everyone goes to bed in their beds.
Hi, Rosa.
Hi, Rosa. We've seen Magnus. You got two more Magnus stones.
I'm starting to collect them.
I got everyone extra Magnus stones.
I'm a better shot than ever.
As Magnus was trying to convince me to give a heart. I got a raid! Hello there, VTuber. Thank you for the raid. Thank you. You're awesome. Thank you for the raid and the fire today. Felt fantastic. Thank you. You guys are awesome. I'm Pyra, and everybody introduce yourselves.
Well,
Lord
four of us.
Megatron has arrived. Nice. Hello there, Lord Megatron. Sorry for interrupting. Rating seemed like a good thing to interrupt with. Because raids are awesome! Wouldn't you agree? Yeah.
I know I'm awesome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Sadly, it sounded like we were just finishing up, but
Yep.
that doesn't mean it is not still awesome that you raided me.
We do appreciate it for Pyra's channel. Anyway, so just be able to catch you up on a few things, which I'm pretty certain that your character would kind of be a part of it in a way. I think the only person that probably wouldn't have gone into Magnus's shop yet would be you, Verdant.
Almost 50k? Wait, what?
So you guys were able to indeed figure out who and what Magnus is.
Oh yeah, Pink, I owe you a gold piece.
Get a gold piece?
I owe you a gold piece because you were right. Magnus showed us his true face. You were right. He was a lich. You won the bet.
Let's go!
And on top of that, he apparently had worked with Casimir in the past. And,
Which is the lich that trapped us here.
And now he has a serious, or been having a serious, vendetta against him.
And apparently he was trapped by gods.
One of them just so happened to be Seamus. What was it there, Rosa?
I said, when do we get to find out that he worked with Strahd?
Sadly not yet. But who knows what the future brings.
I wonder, if I skin a part of Vodan off, would that count as a nature goddess?
No.
He's your friend.
You tried to steal my leaves? How dare you?
No.
You just wake up to him in the bedroom just with a pair of clippers going for your branches.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Amidst the conversations with Magnus while he had his true face out, Jaxie also made a comment about if in asking for the other lich's phylactery, Magnus was asking us pretty much to hand him the other guy's balls. And Jaxie went there and actually said it. And Magnus looked very disturbed that she'd gone such a crass place. Which was why she went there. She was trying to ruffle his feathers.
To be 100% fair, stealing a necromancer's phylactery is essentially like grabbing them by the balls.
Yeah.
By the way, Pyra.
Yes,
I fucking told you so.
You told me what?
So smart.
You told her
Tie
what?
his hands and tie his feet.
Yes. You were right.
Lord.
You were right about that.
Well, at least you guys didn't decide to, dress up like vampires, because that would have been a completely different thing.
Yeah. That would have been.
Ooh, boy.
That didn't make explaining things difficult at all.
Yeah.
Also, Koji, you have to help me with that thingy that I got.
It's actually a completely homebrew item. So, I'll be able to write that in as soon as possible. But currently I am dealing with the bad case of the poison ivy. So,
Poison ivy?
I just discovered it today.
Oh no.
Put his dick in a bush.
No.
Stop putting your own experiences on Koji. That's not fair.
Actually,
You have to light the bat signal.
It's just on my arms.
if funnily enough, I know what poison ivy is because I'm a Boy Scout.
And you put your dick in it, didn't you?
No, I was pushed in it and proceeded to have rashes all over my entire body.
I am highly
That's
fucking
not-
allergic too. So,
Oh no.
Ooh.
it's gonna be great.
Is it on your ass cheeks then?
No,
Where is it, Koji? Tell us.
it's on my arms.
You already
Your
did.
arms, both of them?
It's it's currently only on my right elbow and in the crevice of the elbow.
Oh no.
Well, in the where usually the fucking needle is being put in for any sort of blood draws or shots or whatever.
At least it's not on your back and face.
At least you can reach it.
If it was on your face, it would suck ass.
Well, that's
He's already red enough.
From rage or
I was referring to his ant coloring.
exactly from rage or
Depends on the day.
The
Yeah.
fact that he's a sun ant.
Oh, fire, yes.
Fire ant.
So, without further ado, those are considering that you're a last person, you can go ahead and go first in your introduction. Well, not introduction, more like the ending.
Outroduction.
To be fair, I didn't get an introduction, so.
Yes, an intro outroduction. Ouch, inch of ouch.
Into vouch.
Pink Dragon, I play Rosa Succubi on the Party Bard.
God damn it.
So we'll never ever let you go. But I'm actually a warlock. You can find me literally nowhere. I do not exist. I live in your walls.
Fake.
So that's where those camera sounds came from.
Oh no no, no, that's the neighbor. No. I'm the one that does the clicking noises on your window.
Oh.
God damn it.
I also
then-
occasionally steal the shampoo.
Wait! You're a ghost named Bob?
Well, at least you didn't steal the conditioner.
God damn it! Anyway, Trevarian.
Yes.
What about you?
I am playing as Verbums in this campaign, but I go by Trevor on Twitch. It's a lot of fun playing. I apologize for being late.
It is all good. And it is we.
At least you made it.
Yeah, at least you made it. Unlike most people.
I made it. I may have been.
usually passed out.
Is that?
My brain may be in a frying pan right now, but I made it.
Well, to be able to find mythology and several of his Twitch and Twitter things, I wish I could be able to actually have all his stuff before me so therefore I could be able to do so. I know that it's called mythology on Twitch. I don't think he has a Twitter. No, wait, he does. No. Yes, he does. And Elia.
Hi. Ellie the Master on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, and maybe I'll stream sometime next month. I'm kind of just taking a break.
And Clamato.
Hello, my name's Clamato. I'm a figment of Koji's imagination, and you can find me anywhere on social media with Clamato175. So
I kick you in the ear.
you love me.
God damn it. Fire, your turn.
I'm Pyra Z, your little fireflower. You can find me under Pyra Z underscore VTuber on Twitch and TikTok, and Pyra Z and Pyra space Z on YouTube, Twitter, and Reddit, and maybe eventually somewhere else.
Anyway.
Chatterbait.
God damn it.
No, that's what you keep asking for then.
No,
I
no.
am- I shall be humbled.
I'm asking for the Spotify playlist.
God dang it. Anyway.
And a lovely DM.
Yeah, I am the DM. I'm Koji Katsumari. I'm Koji Katsumari on the Twitch. Yes, you see that? You see that little thing? The VT at the end of Koji Katsumari. The other people can't feel about Katsumari. It's fine.
I can write Coach Katsumari now. I learned.
Jesus Christ, yes. But I am also Koji Katsumari on the Twitter. And I am Koji Katsumari on the YouTubes. I need to start being able to upload my VODs and as well as other videos onto my YouTubes. But as of right now, I will probably be having my own little bit of a break of a week due to the fact that I do not have the money to be able to supply with what I need in order to actually go abroad, because I have to go out of state during the week in order to be with my new job. But it will come sooner or later where I can be able to actually enjoy all of your guys' company.
The good thing about uploading VODs is you don't need to keep them anymore. Google has to store them for you. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. But, however, I do thank you all for being able to be here today. Those of you who are late, that is fine. I forgive you for now.
For those who rated, thank you again!
For those who rated Pie, thank you again. And also, I have you, ye degenerates, have a wonderful day. Now, who the hell are we gonna raid?
That's a good question. Who are we gonna raid? Does anyone have any ideas on who we should raid?
Eeny, miny. Ghost of Death is on. Not Meow.
What you want?
I'm
We need
going
honey
as
goblin.
Natter.
I already did, honey. What?
Wait, what?
I'm gonna Natter.
Understand.
It was nice talking to you all. Next Friday, I am completely open, so if the game happens, I will be here.
Game should be able to happen next week.
Let's
The
go.
games are going to be still continuing. It's just that my regular streaming is not.
Oh. Gotcha.
Even with the D&D community being, well, the community itself has been able to actually do very well with trying to keep back this OGL stuff. However, it does not mean that Wizards of the Coast or WotC isn't going to try again.
Yeah, well, everyone wants to make money off of shit, and they just want to be assholes.
Have you guys seen my response?
Yeah.
What was it? I didn't.
I can send a video your way.
Okay.
I will go ahead and suggest the Ghost of Death.
Ghost of Death? Okay. That's probably better than any suggestions I had. So.
They're small time, and I think they would appreciate a little bit of help. I think they actually do have affiliate by now.
How do I spell it?
Capital T, capital G, capital O, and capital D.
Any spaces?
No spaces.
Okay. Ghost.
You know how to spell ghost?
GHOST.
And what do you guys think that the raid message should be?
What did we do last time? The last one we.
About the Dreamers.
Yeah. That was really good, but I don't remember. Dungeons of Dreamers?
That's
Maybe?
what it was, Dungeons of Dreamers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to flame it up because that's just how I do.
And it's all what you do, and you do what you do.
Yeah. Dungeons of Dreamers. And then a couple of thingies for on the end. Copy. Okay, here is the raid message. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for hanging out with us while we play D&D. I hope it's been entertaining. And now let's get this raid underway, shall we?
Oh, got that. I double clicked again.
Unless Koji has more to say.
Nah, I'm good. Let's get the show on road, eh? And thank you for watching, VTubers.
Hopes that you have had fun. Yeah. I know I have. Yeah. We wouldn't be as happy without you. We love you very much. I'm Piracy, your little fireflower. Now let's raid, bitches, let's raid! Raid!
I don't know how long I want to play. Hello. Oh wait, hold on. Is that a double raid? That's a fucking double raid. Hi there, people. Give me a sec. Yeah.